Jason Whitlock says the Ravens could be one of the best teams we've ever seen if they go on to win it. I gotta now let me say pause for that. He said they beat the Niners by 14. The remaining team on the NFC side, the Niners and the Lions, who they beat by 32. They beat Miami by 37. They beat the Seahawks 37-3. They beat the Browns 28-3, but they also lost to the Browns. And then they lost to the Steelers twice with no quarterback.
the last time the starters didn't play, by the way.
Yeah, I get it.
Context.
I get it. But even with the starters, they had no quarterback. So I'm trying to figure out how this team is one of the greatest ever. Now, let me just dive into this morning rant with Smitty because I know he's going to debate me and, he can't take the goggles off long enough for Lamar to throw a hitch ball. But here's the issue I have. What if I just said the NFL is maybe the most watered down we've ever seen, and this team just seems to stand out above the rest? Like, McChesney, don't tell me that it doesn't hold water, because I believe that argument holds complete water. And I would argue that what quarterback did he beat that is really worthy of either A, MVP status, B, Hall of Fame status, C, Pro Bowl status? What quarterback? Tua? We already know what the Miami Dolphins deal is. Come on, man. Geno Smith? He didn't play. The Browns are in the middle of transferring and trading out 3 different QBs, going to 41-year-old Flacco? Or the small-handed, fake sliding Kenny Pickett? Is that who we're saying is the best team ever? No, Sonny, go ahead, dog. I love it, man. I really do.
So just for my understanding, he didn't beat C.J. Stroud, who you had as your MVP front runner.
Yeah.
A large part of the
season. Won 3 games, a rookie. So you're going to hang your hat.
C.J. Stroud went on 3.
You're holding your head and hanging it, beating a rookie.
I'm just ask you a question.
As a big-time number 1 all-time team?
I'm just asking you a question real quick. That's all I'm saying. A lot of teams lost against that rookie.
I said an upstart team that won 3 games last year.
Well, CJ, that don't matter. The 3 games don't matter. All right, I hear what you're saying. But again, you said Whitlock said if they win it all, which would mean that he would also beat Patrick Mahomes, who is the best quarterback in the NFL, who people believe is a Hall of Famer right now based upon his accolades, who also won the Super Bowl last year. So again, Whitlock said if they win it all, which means
they squawked. I don't know what the word would be. They didn't. You can't say squeaked by. I don't believe squeaked is a word, is it? And it's not squawked by.
Let me see.
But they beat Stafford and the Rams on a block in the back in overtime, and we already know that game they should have lost that game. So if they won, if you're thinking that Ram team is the same as the Super Bowl winning E-Dub Eric Weddle team, you're crazy.
No, but you play and beat who's on your schedule. He also demolished the 49ers, and you can say what you want about Brock Purdy himself. Sure, that's cool. I'm not super high on him, but that team, every single body else, dog. And he did, and they beat their ass. So again, if they win it all,
underachieving 49er team with a coach that is yet to win anything that I still say should be fired if they don't win.
You have an excuse though and I'm not even saying, when I say excuse, I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm not even saying like excuse like
no, you're saying like what Tank said. I'm moving the thing around and finding a reason.
Yeah, because I can find a reason for, like, we go back to like 05. If I go back to when the coach went in 07, I'm sure I can find some reasons for everybody they beat. If we really want to nitpick and do all that, you can always find a reason. So and so was hurt, or so and so didn't. But Peyton Manning didn't even play well against the Ravens. Adam Vinatieri made 5 field goals to beat the Baltimore Ravens in the playoff game. Peyton Manning didn't play well. He don't deserve the MVP. Like, there's always stuff I can reach at and be like, at the end of the day, all we care about is wins and losses. And
I know what we can't reach at, though.
What is that?
Facts. Proof.
What facts you got?
Receipts.
What proof you got? What receipts you got?
Data.
What data you got?
It's a great segue because I want you to make it make sense, which is our next subject. And I'm just so glad you brought this up, that Tank and you said I move things and make excuses as to why and all this. I want to know why. Can't wait for Tank next week. I want to know why for the last 7 years, my excuses have held water. Me making up things to fit my narrative have held water. Why is that? Why has Lamar for 7 years done nothing, but now he's on the precipice of going to a Super Bowl and I'm all of a sudden wrong? I want to know, dog. I just want to be clear here. I think y'all get sensitive and you're getting your feelings about black quarterback versus white quarterback and this guy and that guy. Let's keep it real. This dude is 2-3 in the playoffs. I have been 1,000% correct on all my breakdowns about him for the last 7 years. And now he is on the precipice of going to a Super Bowl. It's fresh on everybody's mind, and now he's the GOAT. And I've been wrong for 7 years all of a sudden. I'm just curious, homie, how that works in everyone's life. I'm curious how this works. How has Shanahan not won shit, choked off leads, but when I say he's a bust for the last 7 years, now that he's back in the NFC title game, I'm wrong. Wait up, dog.
You've been wrong on Shanahan. But
how have I been wrong? Tell me how that's fact, Big Smitty. What has he done? Please name me one thing Shanahan's won.
I think you're wrong because let me rephrase it. We just look at what you've accomplished differently.
I've been wrong.
Let me self-correct. I think me and you look at things differently. So, for example, you say Shanahan hasn't done anything. I think that's false. I think getting to a Super Bowl, getting to multiple NFC championships, always being in contention every single year is extremely hard to do in the NFL. And Kyle Shanahan led teams are always in the mix to potentially win a Super Bowl. Has he won it yet? No, he hasn't. But you're talking as if getting there is just like just easy thing to do. You are one of the last 2 teams remaining multiple times. You are one of the last 4 teams remaining multiple times. That is still an accomplishment. I don't feel like, and I don't know, maybe I was younger, so maybe Andy Reid was getting this type of energy, but I don't feel like Andy Reid was getting this type of energy when he was coaching the Philadelphia Eagles with Donovan McNabb, and he went to, 4 NFC championships, went to the Super Bowl and lost. Again, maybe he was. I can't speak on it. I just don't feel like it was the exact. Maybe because social media and we got sports TV shows now, so it's more just like in your face.
Trust me,
in your face. All right, cool.
They tried to fire him, Big Smitty, just like the Peterson, just like all these guys. They wanted him out.
But it's crazy how now we look at Andy Reid and motherfuckers call him the GOAT now. I guess for me is just like, are we going to always just destroy coaches and destroy players along the journey every single year that they don't win? You bring Lamar Jackson. For 7 years, I've been right. Okay, you can say that, I guess. Like, cool, that sounds good. If you lean towards the field in all your arguments, you're always gonna win, because winning Super Bowls isn't some shit you just do all the time. What Tom Brady did is an anomaly. Most people don't win any Super Bowls their entire career. If they do get one, it's one. Aaron Rodgers, all-time great Hall of Famer, one of the best ball spinners we've ever seen in our lives, has 1 ring. If somebody would have asked me or asked you back in like fucking 2010 or 2011, whatever, the year after they won, if Aaron Rodgers would only go to 1 Super Bowl and only have 1 ring, we'd be like, man, you sound crazy. But shit happens, though. So my point is, when you say I've been right on Lamar for 7 years, define being right. Are you right because he didn't go to a Super Bowl yet? Because he didn't win a Super Bowl yet? There's so many factors that goes into winning a Super Bowl, even getting there. He's not gonna go to his fucking rookie season. Like, let's be real. Like that's not fair to say that. He just got help finally offensively. Look at you say the facts. Look at the facts. His offensive roster has been fucking horrible, whether due to injuries, whether due to not having any weapons at all. As soon as you bring this man some weapons, as soon as you bring this man a different type of offensive scheme, the man is in position to go to the Super Bowl. You're right mechanically. I don't think his mechanics will ever be to your standard, Jay, because that's just not how he plays.
I'm not tripping. I don't care.
So let's stop talking. Well, I'm gonna ask you: Are we able to like kind of put that to the side then? Only because it's like if I, for example, I know when I know JB will come on the show and start cussing motherfuckers out.
Say it again.
I'm saying last thing. For me, I know coming on this show, I know JB gonna cuss somebody out. I'm no longer going to talk to you before the show after somebody, hey, JB, I don't think we really cut people out. No, that's who you are. That's your, you're going to do that. If somebody in the chat say something crazy, you're going to cuss them out. My point is, we know Lamar's mechanics is different. It's all over the place. But at the end of the day, if it leads to wins, I don't really care. But you seem to care how they win. I just care that they win. That's the difference between me and you. He's the second most winningest quarterback since he's been in the league behind Mahomes. So when you say he hasn't done nothing, it literally doesn't make sense to my brain.
I'm confused as to when this whole he never had weapons thing. Like, I love that narrative, dog. Like, I love that he's never had weapons. Like, are you kidding me with this narrative? He's never had weapons. Number one, yes, he has had weapons. They've left him. Number two, let me be clear here. So when Mahomes wins, he's the GOAT. He's in a conversation for being the GOAT. When I broke him down and said, I think he's very overrated. I think he plays in a gimmicky system devised for his success. I didn't say he wasn't a freak. I didn't say he didn't have a great arm and cannon and throw off platform and do all these things. And a winner, called him a winner. But that doesn't mean. So time out. Mahomes is okay to do it for. But when Shanahan doesn't get it done and I call him out, I'm wrong. He's really the GOAT. Like, which one is it, dog? Is Mahomes the GOAT for winning, or is Shanahan the GOAT for losing? Because I'm wrong either way, it seems. So you say I moved the shit around. Shanahan has done nothing, but you say I'm wrong. And then Mahomes, we both know if he did not win these 2 Super Bowls, let's keep it funky, he would be what? A nobody. Absolute nothing, and he would fit into the breakdowns that I show on film. Bubble screen, shovel pass, all the schematically gimmicks that I've broke down, they'd be calling JB, well, JB's been right the whole time. How am I wrong on Shanahan, but right with Mahomes? Or how am I wrong with Mahomes and right with Shanahan? I can't win. Y'all talk about me moving it around. You guys literally moving it around right now. Like, how in the fuck, how is it possible for me to come out here and talk about people moving it around? All I've called out Lamar about being is what? Not the GOAT. When people talk about he's the guy, he can't be the guy, Smitty. If you just said his mechanics will never be that good. His accuracy will never be that good. He'll never be that guy. Can we just move past that? We can move past it. Hold on. We can move past it, and he can win. But don't say to JB that I have to say, yes, sir, he's the greatest ever. No, he's not. That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to just say that he's not the guy like that. That's all I'm saying.
But my serious, like, who is calling Lamar the GOAT? He's not even the best player in the league right now. We're not even calling him.
Right now, y'all are saying he is the best guy. He's the MVP.
Yeah, he's the most valuable player. He's the most valuable player. He's the most valuable player this year. That's
all I'm saying. I'm just saying, y'all are calling him this guy, and I'm saying he's not that guy. I think the team is great without him. I think this team wins without him. Their defense is fucking unbelievable.
But we've seen the Ravens
team all time.
Okay, cool. We're doing multiple conversations right now. We're doing top team all time. We're doing. Is Lamar the guy, the MVP? Is he the go? No, there's a lot of conversation we're doing. So
it's all this whole discussion though.
This Ravens team would not be nearly as great without Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. Like we've seen games when he's not played over the years, and they won a couple, sure, but they're not the same at all. It looked totally different. The way the offense moves, the way the team moves and flows. If you literally watch the games straight from beginning to end. Again, stats don't always tell the full story and full picture for Lamar Jackson. You watch the game, you're seeing how the fucking offense is moving and how the defense has to react because of their fear of Lamar Jackson taking off or throwing a bomb over their head. They don't know what he's going to do. And that fear and that confusion throws off defenses, and that's what adds to Lamar's greatness. Again, I said mechanics, meaning that how he holds the ball, his release point, his drop back, all that is unique. I think was it Matt or somebody compared him to like Steph Curry? When Steph Curry first started doing what he was doing, it looked crazy. It was like, what are you doing? You're shooting from half court. Your form is all up. But it led to win, and we adjusted to it. We got some film right here, y'all. Like me, I love that. But you see that as it's like I look like if you're able to run and you're fast and that's part of your God-given ability, I'm of the belief that you should use your God-given ability. I'm not saying he couldn't have thrown it. I'm not saying he could have thrown it under or whatever, but he ran it and got to the fucking 4-yard line. I'm pretty sure they scored after this.
All I'm saying is,
like, why am I mad about that? Is what I'm saying.
You don't have to be mad. I'm just telling you, listen, if a guy's going to be discussed as one of the greatest, he's got to make these throws. This is what Super Bowl winning quarterbacks do. All I've been saying for 7 years is he hasn't won a Super Bowl. It's exhausting on why I'm defending myself. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's a horrible player. I'm not saying we know he's a freak. We know he's a good kid. I'm not saying any of that. Have I attacked his character ever?
Not once. But when you say phrases like he hasn't done anything, that's bold to say that.
Like for 7 years, he was 1-3. What do you mean? What? So I'm gonna lie? I'm gonna say, all right, Lamar has done everything. He's not 1-3.
No. So just for clarity, for real. So if you ain't won a Super Bowl, at that point you ain't done shit. So Joe Burrow ain't done shit. Josh Allen ain't done shit. So let me ask you, and maybe so. Peyton Manning's first 8 years, you feel like he didn't do shit. He wasn't shit. He didn't do nothing.
We call Peyton Manning. I call Peyton Manning receipts, and we've called Peyton Manning in every media outlet lacking the it factor. Couldn't get over the hump. Did we not?
Okay.
Did Peyton Manning not get castrated?
That's different. That's different though. Saying lacking the
different.
Hold on. Saying lacking the it factor is not the same energy as saying this motherfucker ain't done shit. Come on, bro. Come on.
It's the same shit. I didn't say this. I didn't say he hasn't done shit. We already had his stats. What do you mean? Manning had stats. I said he couldn't win the big one. He was the same guy to me as Lamar Jackson is. Can't win the big one. I didn't say they're not great, Smitty. See, y'all put words in my mouth. I never said Lamar's not great.
I didn't say that either. You said, but no.
All I'm saying is they can't win it.
Okay, cool then. Let's if you say that, I'm not even really mad at you. But maybe I'm big on words and specifics. When you say Lamar Jackson hasn't done shit yet, what you have said, I'm telling you, tell me, chat, am I tripping? You have said Lamar Jackson hasn't done shit yet. In the first 7 years, you said you have been correct. When you say he hasn't done shit, boom, that phrase alone, I can't agree with that because I look at everything he has done. Going 14-2, making it to the playoffs multiple times, winning a playoff game, winning an MVP, being like, so like I just can't look at that like he ain't done shit.